Alright, so we want to make sure everyone knows what they're getting themselves into here for Angry Birds 2. If you're a complete newbie and confused about what you're doing, I have the perfect recipe for all you beginners out there. Let's start at the very beginning now, shall we? Baby steps. I recommend you watch this thoroughly from start to end. Otherwise, you'll be more confused than ever. Here's 10 steps to becoming a pro AB2 player. First things first, your goal is to take back the eggs stolen from the chef pig aboard an airship. You're joined by the different birds in the flock who will help you out on your very important mission. Red. Me. Clearly. I can blow sound waves that can destroy the pig structures. Blues. They are an insane trio that break out into 3 destructive birdies. Bet you didn't know this, but they're named Jay, Jake, and Jim. FYI. Matilda. She drops egg bombs as she propels herself upwards. She's excellent for trickier levels and structures. Chuck. Don't tell him this, but he is surely one of the key birds in the game. And perhaps the most beloved, though I would never admit to that personally. He's able to fly faster when propelled and is most capable of toppling down wooden structures. Bomb. Obvious from his name alone, this guy has an explosive nature that can blow up all types of structures. Just make sure to place him correctly before he detonates. Terrence. Oh, the big guy. He may look calm, but this man ain't no joke when it comes to toppling the most elaborate of structures. Don't use him all willy-nilly, though. Oh, it's best to reserve him for boss battles. Who do you think can fight bosses better than the boss himself? Silver. Our dearest Silver was actually raised by the pigs, giving her tough skin and the ability to aggressively drop straight down, smashing the structures built by those she once called family. Drama! Stella. The first bird who joined the flock after AB2's release. She creates bubbles strong enough to lift entire buildings or boss pigs. Trust me, you do not want to get on her bad side. Been there. Bubbles. Our wonderful situational chonky boy. No one can superinflate like Bubbles can. Do you remember that scene in the first Angry Birds movie? Word of warning, do not mess with Bubbles. Hal. Boomerang Bird has had more redesigns than any other bird, but in Angry Birds 2, he's the most charming he's ever been. Hal's incredible beak makes him act as a boomerang, causing him to return to the slingshot upon activation. Leonard. Hold on. That's not a bird. Is he actually a good guy now? I wouldn't trust him. Leonard can be activated 3 times to shoot out 3 individual snot balls. Melody. Melody was the most recent bird to join our flock. This singing showstopper of a bird can inhale entire structures and then shoots them out. Talk about musical mayhem. Oh, and she's a great karaoke partner too. Now, let's move over to some of the juicy spells. These spells are attached to your cards, like your birds. Just load them and let them rip. The Golden Duck spell. When launched from the slingshot, it causes a rain of ducks to fall from the sky. The ducks can pop pigs outright or topple structures. The Blizzard spell. The Blizzard spell turns all blocks on the screen into ice, which obviously sets up some nice combo possibilities with the blues. The Hot Chili spell. This flamin' hot pepper hones in on one particular pig and gives him an explosive case of indigestion. You can't control which pig is targeted, but firing the spell at the beginning of a level is sure to help you out. The Pig Inflator spell. As it sounds, inflates nearly all of the pigs on the screen to the largest possible size, which makes them easy targets and pops them sometimes out of position. Gems are your in-game currency. The primary use for gems, or at least the one that's received the most attention, is to buy more lives once you run out. Precious, precious gems. Now, hopefully, you've probably made it to the arena. Once you complete level 25, you'll have the option of entering the arena, where you can compete against other players for prizes, and to move up to progressively more challenging tournaments. To round it all up, I'll relay some important tips for you AB2 players. Listen well. 1. Obviously, play your cards right. 2. Learn the birds and their abilities. Know the birds and their abilities deep in your soul. This is key. 3. Take a good look around. Make sure to use your environment to your advantage. Each town has its own set of environmental variables that can give you a huge advantage if you use them correctly. 4. Stuck with a pig you can't reach? The best way to take out these attack piggies is by going under them. These pigs are usually at the top of a structure, and striking the bottom usually removes any chance they have at retaliation before it all comes crumbling down around them. 5. When in doubt, focus on doing as much damage as possible. I mean it. If you find yourself running low on cards, focus on doing as much damage to the level as possible, and you'll usually gain an extra bird or two to make the rest of the level a little easier. 6. Avoid spending spell cards unless you absolutely need to. These spell cards are for when nothing else works, and you absolutely cannot get through a level. 7. Lastly, don't forget your daily quests. That's it from me today. Go on and conquer the AB2 world, my little all-knowing butterflies. Have I forgotten something? Or maybe you think I've forgotten a key detail. Well, challenge me down in the comments below and let me know what your best tip for AB2 is. Howdy!